There are very few people that have run in the Olympics, and even fewer have won Olympic races. But every 4 years, the world marvels at these amazing athletes and wonders what it takes for these men and women to be champions. Well, for a Christian, that's a valuable thing for us to ponder. The Lord's people need to take lessons from these competitors because the writer of Hebrews says that we must run with endurance that race which is set before us, Hebrews 12 and verse 1. So today, let's consider what is required in order to run the race. Well, first, there must be preparation. No one has ever been a world champion without devoting most of their life to preparing for that race. In order for us to compete, we too must prepare. We're told in Hebrews 5, verses 13 and 14, that the only way that we can get stronger is to graduate from partaking of the milk intended for babies and partake of the solid food that's intended for mature Christians. For us to be approved by God to run the race, we must be diligent in our study, as Paul tells us in 2 Timothy 2:15, because we see that training is not easy. But as Hebrews 12 and verse 11 says, the rewards are truly gratifying. Secondly, we have to focus. Before a race, it's apparent that the competitors are focused on what they are about to do. Hebrews 12, 1 and 2 says that we must lay aside every encumbrance. We must fix our eyes upon Jesus. Friends, without focusing on Jesus, it's impossible to run a successful race. But also, we have to have complete effort. How strange would it be to see a world-class athlete run but give less than their best? Friends, we must not forget that we are racing. We're not out for just a leisurely jog. Running a successful race requires giving everything that we have. Loving and serving the Lord demands that we give all of our heart, soul, and mind, according to Jesus in Matthew 22:37. But also, we must stay the course. When was the last time that you saw an Olympic champion veer from the inside lane to the outside lane? Well, in order to win, we have to stay the course. There's only one way to reach the finish line. And if we do not take the way of the Lord, then we take the way that leads to destruction. Matthew 7, verses 13 and 14. But also, we have to finish the race. You take, for instance, in a mile race, the reward is not given to the athlete in first place at the halfway point, but it's given to the first athlete to complete the whole mile. God is not going to give us the reward before the race is over. We must be faithful unto death in order to receive the crown of life at Revelation 2:10. But we have to be as Paul and finish that course, 2 Timothy 4, verses 7 and 8. Paul tells us that we are to run in such a way that we may win. And everyone who competes in the games exercises self-control in all things. They then do it to receive a perishable wreath, but we an imperishable. Therefore I run in such a way as not without aim. I box in such a way as not beating the air, but I buffet my body and make it my slave, lest possibly after I have preached to others, I myself should be disqualified. 1 Corinthians 9, verses 24 through 27. Friends, we want to thank you for joining us for our program today, and we pray that God blesses you with a wonderful day.